Hello friends, welcome you all to Anis Academy. So in this video, I have brought tricks to solve percentage problems. Okay, so let's get started. So first trick is that if you remember these fractions, it will be very easy for you to solve the percentage problem. How can we do that? I'll tell you with the help of an example. Okay, so suppose the problem is given like this: 20% of 60 you have to find. Okay, so the normal way is, what do? We write 20 by 100 multiplied with 60, and upon calculation we get 12. So now let's solve the same problem, okay, using these fractions. So suppose you have memorized this fraction. So when it says 20%, as per this fraction table, if you see, 20% value is 1.1 by 5. So directly we can write 1 by 5 multiplied with 60, and this gives us, if we cancel, this gives us the same result, 12. Okay, so hope this is useful. Let's take another example. Okay, so for, let's say it says 50% of 90. Okay, so using the fraction table, we know the 50% is 1 by 2 into 90, which is 45. So easily we can solve this problem using the fraction table. Okay, so this was the trick 1. Now let us discuss the second trick. So the second trick says x% of y is equal to y% of x. Okay, so how is this useful is, let's understand this with the help of an example. For example, 20% of 30. Okay, so here x is 20, y is 30. Okay, and if we interchange this, so the second one is 30% of 20. Okay, upon solving both, we should get the same answer, then only we can say this is equal. So 20% of 30, 1 by 5 from this fraction table, into 30, which is 6, and here 30% of 20. So 30% isn't given, so no problem. This fraction is starting from 1 to 1 by 10. So what can we do is 30 by 100 into 20. Okay, so this also gives 6. So both answers are same. So that's why we can say x% of y is equal to y% of x. This can, this problem can come in aptitude test, wherein it will ask 20% of 30, and there are options. Okay, so out of multiple options, if one of the option is x% of y is y% of x, so you can directly choose this as a answer. So this was our second trick. Now let's move on to the third trick. Okay, so in the third trick, we are going to learn how can we calculate this type of a problem very quickly. Okay, so we all know that this can be calculated like this: 60 by 100 multiplied with 40. So why I'm writing this, so that we can like I can explain you the shortcut method for this. So in this, where the both numbers has 0 at tens place, so we can cancel the 0 with 100, right? So the final answer comes upon multiplication of the 6 and 4, which is 24. I'm sorry, I told 0 at tens place. 0 is at unit place. Okay, so now when you get this kind of problem, you can directly assume that the 0 will be cancelled, and you can just multiply these digits which is at tens place, and you'll get the answer. So the second problem, for example, you have to calculate 20% of 80. Okay, so you can directly write the answer 8 to the 16. So 16 is the answer. Even if you solve this using this method, you will get the same answer. Okay, so similarly, 40% of 90. So directly you can do 4 nines are 36. 36 is the answer. So this trick helps us to solve this type of problem very quickly, wherein we have 0 at in both the numbers. Okay. Now we will be seeing the next trick, wherein suppose 0 is not there. Then what shall we do? Okay. So suppose 0 is not there. So assume that 60% of 41. Okay. So in this case, what can we do is 60 by 100 multiplied with 41, which gives us 10 will be cancelled, but 10 is left, right? So we can multiply 41 into 6. So it comes like this, 246. Okay. So this 10, how to omit? We can put it as a decimal over here. So the answer is 24.6. So when you get a problem where both digits has 0, so you can directly multiply. When you get a problem with if one digit does not have 0, you can still multiply and you can put a decimal, okay, to omit this 0. So let's solve another problem. Suppose 20% of, okay, 42, for example. So 2 multiplied with 42 we will be doing. Okay, this 0 will be cancelled. So 2 multiplied with 42, it becomes 84. And for 100, one more 0, we can put a decimal. So 8.4 is the answer. Okay, so 30% of, let's say, 62. Okay, so in this case also we can multiply 3 into 62. So 3 2s are 6, 6 3s are 18, and we can put a decimal after one digit. So 18.6 is the answer for this. This was our trick 4. In the next trick, what are we going to discuss is, suppose in both the numbers the 0 is not there. Okay, that becomes the trick 5. Then how to solve it? Okay, in the using shortcut method. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just change this number. So I'll make it 61% of 41. Okay. So in this example, 61% of 41, both the digits does not have even single 0. So we can make it a, convert it into 0. So what can we do? 61% of, instead of 41, we can write 40 plus 1. Okay. So now we know how to find out the percentage of numbers wherein one will have a 0, another will not have a 0, right? So similarly we can find that. So how to do is 61% of 40 we will find, we will write. Then 61% of 1 also we will find and we will write, and then we can add both. Okay. So to first time when we are solving, it is taking little time. Okay, when you will practice this, then you can do it using very less time. So 61% of 40. So we know, right, we can multiply this 61 and 4 and put a decimal after one digit. So when we multiply 61 and 4, we get 4, and then 6 4s are 24. So we can put decimal over here. 24.4 is the 61% of 40. Now 61% of 1. Okay, so 61% of 1 will be, you can do a rough calculation, or using this also, is 100%, right? 61% of, so the answer is 61 itself, but we will have to put decimal after two digits. For example, I will solve it here. 61%, 6100 into 1. So the answer is 0.61. Okay, so here 0.61. So it is easy to calculate 61% of 1 as well as 61% of 40. So upon adding, we get 1052, 2501. So 2501 is the answer for this. Okay, so let's take another example. So in the next example, what we are going to do is this same problem. Here we have a split the second number. We can also split the first number, and then you will get the same result. So I'll be solving this, okay, same problem by splitting the first digit. So first digit is, we can say 60 plus 1% of 41. Okay, so in this we will find first for this, and then we will find for this, and we can add. So 60% of 41, so we'll multiply 6 into 41, right? So 6 into 41, if you multiply 6 and 24, and then decimal comes, okay, using our previous trick I have done. Now 1% of 41, 1% of 41 is 0.41. Okay, like here we did 1% of 61 is 0.61, so 1% of 41 is 0.41. Now upon adding this, we will get 1, 0, 5 and 2, so 25.01. So either you split this number or you split this number, we get the same result. Okay, and this helps us to solve this problem very quickly. So today we have seen 5 tricks to solve percentage problems. Next video we will be seeing some word problems on percentage. Do like and share this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.